I've had my share of tribulations, not a few. But this is something no one ever taught me how to do. How to love a woman that don't know she's made for you. Trying to turn this water into wine. Always on the move and never going nowhere fast. Always waiting around for something better than that. Keep praying on the future, keep on praying for the past. Trying to turn this water into wine. Been a good long run since San Diego. There the years just roll on by. Baby, you should have bet me, as if you let me, would have kept you satisfied. So let me hold you tonight. Let me love you till it all feels right. I can't help it if I try. The darkness never turns to light. And I could never change this water into wine. Been a good long run since Arizona. There the years just roll on by. Baby, you should have bet me, as if you let me, would have kept you satisfied. So let me hold you tonight. Let me love it till it all feels right. I can't help it if I try. The darkness never turns to light. And I could never change. Baby, I could never change. Baby, I can never change this water into wine. It's water into wine. Well, folks, good evening. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to the interwebs. Thank you for the kind comments. Man, it's good to be here in my own home. Imagine that. It's good to be there, too, wherever you're at, your TV or your phone. Hopefully you're not listening on your phone if you don't have to. Sound is probably way better. Also, apologies for the video at the beginning. Every time I've tried to do one of those, it's messed up somehow. But what I will do is I'll try to fix it at the end and maybe try to play it for you before we cut out. Tonight I've got my my Costco brand Irish whiskey, and so I'm just enjoying that tonight. I've got my tea over here. I've got like 3 beverages tonight, but you know, whatever. Tonight is all about the Chords. I forget who was it that suggested this. She's the cutest girl ever, though. Yeah, Coral. She's awesome. I've known her for a long time. She's known me since I lived in Spokane. That's how long ago that's been. Coral, if you're there, I know you're watching. Say hi to the folks. Give them a little wave. Her her and her husband have this really cool photography business in Portland called the Double Shot Project, and she actually did some photos for me for some work stuff. It's pretty sweet, so it was cool to get to see them at least, you know, in this weird time that we're living in. But yeah, anyway, don't worry, I'll try to show you the video after. Hey everybody, nice to see everybody waving. So yeah, somebody mentioned the idea a few weeks back to talk about chords, you know, and I thought, man, what a neat topic, because it's so simple and yet there's so much to talk about. And I wrote some notes down, and we'll just kind of go through some cool little ideas and thoughts here for the next hour. But somebody asked what chords are. Basically, they're a set of notes harmonized to give texture to a melody. You know, you could easily, right? That's the melody. Or you could go, you know, it just gives it that texture, and in some cases can even provide rhythm. But anyway, so that's what a chord is. It's just basically a series of notes that harmonize and played at the same time. But it is interesting that, you know, when you're writing songs, as this is all about songwriting, right? The song or the chords that you choose to help you tell the story that you're trying to tell can completely change the emotion and I guess the emotional landscape that you're trying to build with a song, depending on what chords you choose. And I was just thinking, you know, I'm not great with theory. I'm not great with being able to articulate like even what certain chords are. I'll play it. My friend Kim, she's watching right now, and we played music together for several years. I'll call her every couple of months and I'll say, hey, I wrote this chart, will you go over it with me? And I'll have all these things written out on paper. I was like, I think it's a blah 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 with like you know, like I'll have all these notes written out, and she'll go, that's a D chord. I'm like, oh, okay. but I'm not great about, you know, being able to articulate what it is that I'm hearing, but I do know what sounds good to my ears, and that's the emotional side. And with chords, for me, it's all about trying to articulate, using them as a tool to articulate the emotion that I want to come from here, right? And it's interesting, one note or one variation of a chord can completely change how that emotion is expressed, you know? So it's a good topic. Whoever you are, I forget who suggested this topic, but thank you. So I'm going to play some songs that sort of remind me of that, you know, the emotional aspect of choosing chords when you're writing, and then hopefully I'll choose some good songs. But I've got a couple of covers, or at least one cover. And then I've got a couple of originals, so I'm going to show you that just sort of walk you through my process for sort of what goes on in my head when I'm trying to choose chords to help me tell a story, you know. And then there's some questions that you guys asked, so that'll be fun. But anyway, I'm going to do this song. This is a Linda Ronstadt song from 1974 from her Heart Like a Wheel album. This is I've been singing this all week, and it's super high. It's super hard to play or sing for me, but I'm going to do it anyway, so no heckling in the comments, everybody. This is called Faithless Love, and to me it's one of the most beautiful songs I've heard in a long time. You guys remember that record, Heart Like a Wheel? And do you guys remember Faithless Love, the song, by chance? I'm curious. See if we get any takers. Alright, here we go. Faithless love like a river flow, Raindrops falling on a broken road, down in some valley where nobody goes. When the night rolls in a cold dark wind, faithless love, like a river flow. Faithless love, where did I go wrong? Was it telling story in a heartbreak song? And nobody's right and nobody's wrong. Faithless love will find you in his misery entwined. Faithless love, like a river flow. Guess I'm standing in the hall of broken dreams. Sits the way it sometimes goes whenever a new love like it seems. That's the way it sometimes goes. Faithless love, like a river flow, and raindrops falling on a broken road, down in some valley where nobody goes. When the night rolls in, faithless love, like a river flow. Faithless love, like a river flow. Oh man, I've been singing that, and I usually can hit the high parts okay, but tonight maybe it's a little high. But I love that song. I love that line. Faithless love, where did I go wrong? Was it telling stories in a heartbreak song, where nobody's right, nobody's wrong? Great line. Yeah, Allison, we'll have to sing that sometime. It'd be cool to do that as a duet, or even with 4-part harmony. I think. Yeah, we should work on it. But yeah, that was the reason I chose that song, is because did you hear the progression, you guys? And did you hear how the chords tell the story of what's going on in the song? Faithless love. And of course, I'm playing a variation of the progression, right? So it's. But when it gets to the bridge, well, I guess I'm standing in a heartbroken room, just the way it sometimes goes. Whenever a new love. Faithless love. You know what I mean? So it's such a gentle progression, but I love it. And then you've got one of my favorite, I don't even know what it's called, but just one of my favorite sort of series of chords. You hear it in a lot of songs. You may not realize what's happening, but that walk up from, in this case, I'm playing like I guess it's an A, but I'm playing a G chord. Have the capo on. Where it goes, faithless love. I just love that kind of that walk up. You But you see what I mean? The progression tells the story, you know? Even if you didn't have the lyrics, like, there's something to chords, you know? And the chords you choose for your songs that conveys a lot of the emotion. To me, it's almost like, if I had to illustrate it, it's like they say that, you know, a huge percentage of communication is just nonverbal. And we put a lot of focus on what we say, but we don't realize sometimes what our eyes are doing, or, you know, if we're looking down, or what our body's doing when we're communicating. To me, a lot of times, that's what the music is in a song. You can talk and sing and hear the lyrics, which we're going to talk about in another show. But the music and what's going on underneath, you know, the bass line, the guitar, the chords, the rhythm, like all of that is nonverbal, and it's super engaging. Yeah. Anyway, I love that song, "Faithless Love" by Linda Ronstadt. You should look it up. Hear the original. It's a great one to listen to the original of, and a bunch of people have covered it. It was written by J.D. Souther, by the way, originally, who is, you might remember J.D. Souther wrote a lot of the Eagles songs, so you've probably heard his name. But I wanted to mention something about chords that's pretty cool, and that is that it isn't all about the complexity of the chords you choose, or even the number of chords that you choose, right, when you're writing a song. I'll give you an example. One chord songs. How many one chord songs can you think of, guys? And I'm gonna do a tune here in just a sec. I know I'm talking a lot, but I wanted to do the topic justice. So I did some research and found out that there's a bunch of songs with only one chord that I didn't even realize. Let's see. I was just thinking, Aretha Franklin, "Chain of Fools," one chord. It has one chord, "Chain of Fools." CCR, "Run Through the Jungle," is in D. They just play a D chord through the whole song. The Beatles, "Tomorrow Never Knows." You remember that one? That one, they play a C chord. Of course, it's covered in a bunch of like psychedelic craziness, because that was that era of the Beatles. But all three of those songs have one chord. If you can learn a D chord or a C minor or a C chord, you can play those songs. Two chords, like Jay Prince said. Yeah, "Chain of Fools." Two chords. Bruce Springsteen, "Born in the USA," is a B to an E. Nirvana, "Something in the Way," is D to an F sharp minor. Beatles. This is interesting. Paperback Writer and Eleanor Rigby both have a C to an E minor. Isn't that interesting? Paperback Writer and Eleanor Rigby, if you listen to them back to back, they're the same chords, and they only have a C and an E minor, two chords. The Unknowns, "Two Hound Dogs," C major. Yes, that's Kim's band. You guys should check them out. The Unknowns. Kim, write your or Allison, write your Instagram handle in the comments so people can follow you on here. The girls were in my band for several years, and you're gonna meet them in person here in a few weeks. They're going to be on. Yeah, Paperback Writer, Eleanor Rigby, 2 songs, and then The Doors' Break On Through is a D to an E minor. What I'm trying to say is that when you're writing songs, chords don't, your progressions don't have to be complicated to be engaging. There's something to be said for choosing chords that are kind of challenging, that push you out of your box, and I'll show you an example here in a minute, but oh man, so here's one. I just want to say, yeah, the underscore unknowns underscore music. Look them up on YouTube, or Instagram. Give them a follow. So this song is called "I Just Want to Say," and it's a song that was inspired by. Well, it was doubly inspired. It was inspired by one of my favorite guitar players, Blake Mills. Look him up, Blake Mills. He has a song or an album called Hi Ho, Heigho. It's one of my favorite top 3 records of all time. No joke. One of the best things I've ever heard. And he wrote a song, "If I'm Unworthy." It was inspired by Howlin' Wolf's 44 Blues, where he does like this. It's kind of this backwards, kind of like I don't know, like kind of a swung eighth notes kind of thing. Pretty cool. And I thought, man, I want to do something that sounds like that, but I couldn't copy the song exactly. So I took just kind of what inspired me about the song, and I came up with this. And this is what it sounds like. It's called "I Just Want to Say." I've got to take a sip of whiskey for this one. I just want to say that I'm so in love with you, babe. All my friends all try and tell me, baby, I'm insane, and there can be no peace in the heart of a daring man like me. 'Cause you know I love to love you, but I'm trying to help you see, baby, sometimes love is great, but it doesn't have to be. So baby, come on to me. You've been on my mind. It's like I told you maybe one too many times. You know sometimes love is true, Sometimes love is deaf and blind. I'm down here on my knees, and I'm begging, baby, please. You know I love to love you, but I'm trying to help you see that sometimes love is crazy. It doesn't have to be. So baby, come hold on to me. You hear that little Joe Walsh riff in the end. So that song to me is probably I don't know. It's thank you guys very much too for the nice compliments. Hey Jordan. So this is a good example of me trying to step out of my box, with the chords. So it's interesting because it's in E. For those of you who care, I'll just tell you what I was doing, but because I wanted to do, I told you I was inspired by that Blake Mills thing and the Howlin' Wolf 44 Blues. I said, man, I want to do something, but it has to be kind of weird, it has to be kind of out of the box, and I wanted to think like Blake. I thought, man, he does all these cool, like, weird progressions that nobody's done. And so this goes to a B7, to a C sharp minor. And then the weird thing is it goes to a G7, F sharp. So that drop down from that's unusual, and it has kind of a cool sound, and I was excited about it, because I said, man, I've never heard that change before. So it inspired me, I felt good about that. I'm just looking at some of I got comments on my phone too. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for those nice compliments. That's definitely one of the most fun to play, and we've closed shows with that song because at the end we do this. And the band builds on that, and we take it to 211, and it's a good closer. Sometimes I'll play slide. I used to play slide on it, but I'm not that good of a slide player, so maybe I'll go back to it one day. But that's what I'm talking about, guys, is it has all the. It's my. Really? I didn't know that was your favorite. Yeah, I think it would be a cool one to record, but the problem is that a lot of the magic of that song is in the live performance of it. It's in the soloing and the vocals and everything. And I feel like if we recorded it the way we play it live, it'd be 10 minutes long. So maybe we'll figure out a way to get all that across in a recording. I have some friends that might be able to help me with that, figure out how to make it sound good on tape. Thanks for the compliment on the jacket, by the way. Someone said they liked my jacket. I took the dog for a walk and I came in and it was like 2 minutes before he was supposed to start and I forgot to take it off. 12. Do you plan out the harmony before you come up with the melody? No, I don't, because I'm not that good. I'm not as good as you. You guys are insane with the harmonies. I don't. As a matter of fact, like there's very few songs of mine in the past couple of years that I've written the harmony to, because it's always been Allison. I do have some songs where they're written around the harmony, where I just have an idea what I want. There's one that I do that I'm writing right now where I know exactly what I want there to be for the harmony. And you know what's cool too, and maybe this is another topic for another time, but when you get harmonies for the vocals, you're essentially forming, because I told you what's a chord, right? It's a bunch of notes that played together that harmonize. So when you've got 3 or 4 part harmony, you're forming a chord with your voices, which is super cool. That's same with like a string quartet. They're playing a lot of times, forming like one giant chord progression, with their playing. It's like its own thing. Yeah, so let's see here. Well, anyway, yeah, I better do another song. I don't have anything planned for this section of the set, but I did have some questions. One of my engineer buddies, Wyatt _PNW, he says, do you prefer 145 or 16251? Oh. 16251 for sure. Right, because 145, there's a lot of great songs, but then you've got how many great songs have you heard that have that progression? Man, there's a great song. Somebody asked me to do a Vince Gill song a while back, and I think I did one a couple shows ago. But there's a great song I'm thinking of that he wrote with. Oh man, I forget who the co-writer was. Didn't matter, but wanting to sound like Ray Charles. It's a great example of 16. What do we say? 16251. If you ever have Forever in Mind. I wonder if I could play. I'm gonna see if I can do it. Hold on a second. This is gonna be kind of scary. I guess I better drink some of my hot beverage too. It's a cool song, man. It sounds like Ray Charles. You're climbing mountain high on a hill. You're always running, babe, and I'm standing still. You live for the may be a fool, but love by the rule, wanted to laugh. If you ever have forever in mind, I'll be here and easy to find. If your heart isn't ready to lay down with mine, if you ever have forever in your mind, the music has ended, still you wanna dance. I know that feeling, but I can't take the chance. Oh, you live for the moment. No future, no past. Ooh, I may be a fool, on a love by the rule, I want it to last. If you ever have forever in mind, I'll be here and easy to find. If your heart isn't ready to lay down with mine, there we go. If you ever have forever in your mind, if your heart isn't ready to lay down with mine, if you ever have forever in your mind. Ooh, I've never sang that one before. I knew the words. Excuse me. That was cool. That was fun. That's a sweet song, man. I love that. I'll tell you what, though. That's a perfect example of why it's questioned. Those chords, man. Oh, goes to the. I mean, you could play over that all day long, you know. Kim definitely could. She's a jazz player, jazz singer. Anyway, yeah, that answers my question for that, or why it's a question. Let's see, Maureen, our friends Maureen and James Romest, or I don't know how to pronounce your From Dublin, all the way from Ireland, we got a question. Any favorite chords? And any favorite chords that go together too? She asked. Yeah, I do actually. I've got I tend to go from a G to an A minor 7 a lot in my songs, which I'm trying to avoid now, but So I did a song a while ago, Never Going Home Again. It goes to an A minor 7. I like that change. Also, I don't know what this is. I guess it's like a... It doesn't matter. I'm not going to embarrass myself in front of a bunch of music people. Kim's probably laughing because I spent like an hour with her yesterday, like, what is this chord? And she's like, it's a D chord. It's literally a D chord. And I was like, yeah, but there's like a blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, those are the notes of a D chord. And I tried to figure it out, and I was like, oh, I had this like really complicated chord written out. And she's like, yeah, you're just playing it a different way, but it's a D chord. A D add 9 over an F sharp. Anyway. I like yeah, I like I don't even know how to answer that question. I forgot every chord that I know to play when I started trying to answer this. I tend to write in G a lot because it's comfortable for my voice. I like playing the when I transition from the G to the C. I like to keep the G as the root. So you see what I mean? It's like this. So a G, and then you usually go to C. But I like that change where it goes. You hear the difference? It's pretty sweet. Keep that low G in there. I do the same with E and A, so I love that. I love that. I slide it up to the, I guess it's a C sharp. I've written entire songs just so I could play that. For real. I love that. It just is so natural to me. Isn't that cool? So there's little tiny things like that that I incorporate a lot, you know, in different things. But yeah, there's also my secret agent chord. But yeah, you know, I mean, there's all kinds of things. Here's an interesting thing. Our friend Garrett from Guam. So we got Ireland, Guam. Let me know, where else are you guys from? Be interested to see. So, some of you already know, but he said, do you typically find chord progressions or melody first? You know, that's a great way to transition into my last song for the night. Yeah, the 007 chord. It's a great way to transition to my last song of the night because I like to do works in progress for you guys at the end if I have one, and I've got one this week that I'm working on. And actually, Kim helped me with it yesterday. She sat down at her piano and helped me work out my chart a little bit, which is like, where is it? Looks like this, in case you're wondering. This is what a chord chart looks like when I write them. It's a mess. But it just tells you what to play and for how long. But yeah, So this is a work in progress, but to answer Garrett's question about melody or chord progression first, it depends, but in this case, and in a lot of cases, you might start humming a melody, right? Oh man, Kim, your chord charts are like... I don't even know what to say. I just have to... She said your charts are much neater than mine. Kim and I played together for a long time, and some of her charts, man, all that matters is that it makes sense to you, but some of them are like, they look like 9 doctors got together and took turns writing out the chord chart, just like all this stuff. Thank you for oh yeah, no, so chord chart basically is like, I would give this to somebody to, like, hey, here's how you play the song, right? Like, you know, this is what you're going to play, and they can follow along, you know, and be able to play the whole song that way. A lot of players write their own out, though, which is good, because I'm not very good at writing. Yeah, so this is a work in progress. We've got about 10 minutes left, so I'll do this for you, and then, you know, if we have a little time left over, think about if you wanted to ask anything or any requests or anything I can do for you, let me know. But I've only got a verse and a chorus of this, and a couple of lines, so you'll have to just bear with me, but I'm excited about it. Stay. I can't do it every time, otherwise you'll get sick of it. And this, Kim, you helped me with this, but you never heard me sing it or play any of it, so you'll get to hear what it actually is supposed to sound like. This is called Like Yesterday. And just for the record, the reason why I'm playing this now with his question is because I came up with that little do 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 do, that little melody first, and then I said, oh wait a minute, that's okay, that's a G major 7, G6, you know. So in this case, I built the progression around Faith and Love. No, it isn't. I still need to write the last few lines of that. Thank you for reminding me. So it started like this. It started... That's what I was humming in my head, you know, and I came up with some lyrics. Simple. And then it turned into this. I remember like yesterday, the way you called my name, the memory may not be your masterpiece, but it's still enough for my heart to frame. In the street, down the hall, hear you laughing through my bedroom wall. Am I crazy for loving you? In the street, down the hall, hear you laughing my grave for loving you. Grieve for loving you. 'Cause I remember like yesterday the way you love me so. And I know time will not wait for me, but you don't love me anymore. In the street, down the hall, hear you laughing through my bedroom wall. Am I crazy for loving? And I remember like yesterday the way you called my name. And I know time ain't no masterpiece, but it's still enough for my heart to feel. Here comes the bridge, which I don't have words for. I remember like yesterday the way you called my name. The memory may not be a masterpiece, but it's still enough for my heart to fade. Like yesterday. Yeah, it's a new one. Oh man. So you know how I was inspired by that one is watching Andrew Bird. You know Andrew Bird? Violin player. He does a lot of that like pizzicato on his violin. So he did a thing with Blake Mills, one of my favorite guitar players. And Blake Mills, he said when he gets a new set of strings, he tears the tab off the string container and he'll put it underneath the bridge of his guitar. And he says it gives him this kind of pizzicato effect, and that's what Andrew Bird does with his violin. And they played together, and they both were doing that. And I thought, man, I wanted to do that little. So anyway, I'll work on it, and the music's all done. I just got to finish the lyrics and figure out where I want it to go. But yeah, I'm glad you guys like it, because that's totally different from what I usually write, and I hope to have it finished soon. So if I have it done, then maybe I'll surprise you guys and play it, or even better, maybe I'll try to record it with one of my friends. We'll do like a socially distanced recording of it. Okay, guys, it's 8 o'clock. That was the hour. But thank you guys so much for all your great questions. Thank you for. And let me see if I can get this video queued up here. Maybe I can play it for you. Nope. There we go. I'll see if I can do it. Hold on. Let me. If you guys can't hear it, I'll play it again. But and thank you for the comment, man. That means so much. You have no idea how much. It's difficult for me to play works in progress for you guys. Like, it's one of the hardest things that I do. We want the cute girl in the hat. Yeah. Well, I'll see if I can get her up here. And let me know if you can hear her, because yeah, there's a good chance that for whatever reason it isn't gonna work, but we'll see. Okay, guys, well, we'll give it a try. I'm gonna transition here to choral. Hope you guys can hear it, and if not, I'm gonna post it. Literally, it's already queued up. So if you go to my Instagram or my Facebook, you'll be able to watch the video. But I'll go ahead and play it now. Thank you guys again so much. Love all of you, and have a good week. I'll see you next Wednesday. Okay.
Okay. Here's the thing about Alex Ashley's music. He sings with such raw emotion and so much soul in his music, and I feel like even if you're listening to the lyrics and you don't necessarily identify with them, you still identify with the emotion that he's singing with and that like human aspect of it, and that's what any great singer-songwriter can convey just through their voice. And Alex nails it every single time. He actually had played a really small, just little get-together show years back that I happened to be at, and I found myself years later humming this song or singing this song in my head, trying to turn this water into wine, and just that one lyric stuck in my head. So I was like, I have to find out who sings this. So I'm googling water into wine song. Nothing's coming up, and I'm getting so frustrated because I'm like, this is such a good song. Like, the melody's in my head, the lyrics are there. I have to find it. And then during one of Alex's virtual live shows this last year during quarantine, he had played that song, and as soon as he started playing it, I recognized it, and I got so excited because I was like, oh my goodness, you wrote this song, this is the song you played years ago, and ever since it's been stuck in my head. So I was very excited to hear him play that song, but honestly, all of his music is like that. Like, you'll find the lyrics or the melodies getting stuck in your head, and there's just so much good emotion in his music. So I feel like when I listen to it, it takes me to this visual in my head of walking down a train track, just going somewhere, living my life, reflecting. Like, it's that kind of music, and yeah, it just makes you feel really soulful. So I'm sure anybody who listens to Alex's music